On today's episode of Murder She Wrote, we have the S&P 500 back at 3,700. I wonder who tried to tell you that we were going back to those June lows. I wonder what channel that was, but that's okay. We're not going to spend too much time talking about the different things that we said. We actually have a lot to talk about. This is a pivotal moment for us, guys. Many of you guys know that I think that not only are we going to test those June lows, which was 3,600, it was actually 3,666. Not only are we going to test those levels, but I do think that we are eventually going to pass those levels. We are going to go lower than the June low, which will confirm that that rally we saw in August was, yes, folks, it was a bear market rally. What do we see from the YouTube people? I'm not even going to call them grifters anymore. We guys, we know what they are deep down. So what did the YouTube guys say? Me, Kevin, okay, said, we're going to the moon, baby. Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. He was really bullish. Chris Sane, bullish. Stock Up with Larry Jones, bullish. Stock Mo, bullish. All these YouTubers who built the name and following for themselves in the 2020 and 2021 Fed created, Fed induced bull market. These guys were bullish during the bear market rally when the S&P went to 4,300. I warned on my channel that I'm bearish. I don't think it's wise to buy stocks here. And again, I got flack for that. People weren't happy about it. And that's fine, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you feel. Doesn't matter how emotional you get. What matters is who's right. And well, look what's happened. The S&P is back at 3,700. So yeah, this doesn't surprise me at all. Now, what's interesting is even though the S&P is at 3,700, there are some stocks that I still really love. Starbucks, Amazon, different things like that, that are still not at the levels that I want to buy them at. So that's unfortunate. As much as I would love to buy those stocks again, unfortunately I can't, because those stocks are just not at the levels that I want them to be. I want Amazon to go back to 106 so I can buy. Now, one stock that is very interesting, it's really starting to intrigue me now, is Google. Google's really been falling. As a matter of fact, Google actually broke $100 today. Google is now sitting at under $100. Last time I checked, it was at $99 per share. Now, let's actually go ahead and get into what happened today and how the market played out. First thing we're going to say is Donald Trump is being sued by the New York Attorney General. He is just having a bad year. And again, this isn't a political channel. I'm not biased. I'm not on either side. I'm just here to report the news, okay? Obviously, we know the guy's house got raided like a few months ago by the FBI. Or the Department of Justice, whatever. So that happened, and now the Attorney General of New York State is suing Donald Trump and his kids and his organization for $250 million. Bad year for Trump. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the market. So today was actually very interesting, because if you go back and you look, every single month this year that we had FOMC, the market actually went up on the day of FOMC, literally every single FOMC we've had this year. Today was the first time that the market actually ended the day down, and ended the day down tremendously. Now, why did that happen? Well, folks, we've been talking about that on this channel for a while. What's the old saying they say in stocks? Ross Gerber said at the beginning of the year, even though he didn't follow his own advice, you can't fight the Fed, folks. You can't fight the Fed. I don't know why you even try, but people try. But yeah, the Fed, Jerome Powell came out, and he was very hawkish. He's trying to send a message to the market, in my opinion. Now, I think the reason why the market fell is because the market is like, holy cow, this dude's really about to force a recession. Like, legit. Like, that's where it's at. And yeah, that's what I think's happening. Paul Volcker season. Okay, that's a little too dramatic, but you guys get the point. That's kind of what's going on there. So yeah, the Fed did raise rates by 75 basis points, which caused the market to rise. First of all, there was a lot of volatility today. The market was extremely volatile today, but anyway, it went up, it went down, but the bottom line is it finished down, and we are back to the point where not only is the S&P 500 basically in bear market territory again, but we are also at some point, probably next week, I would suspect, going to test those June lows that we saw. And you guys know what time it is, baby. Buy the dip. But what's that song? Here we go. Come on, push it. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. You guys already know, man. You already know. So now the main question is it finally time to buy Echoes? I've waited all this time. I waited The S&P went up, it went down. I didn't buy anything. People called me an idiot. They said you should dollar cost average and blah, blah, blah. And well, here we are. So the question is, now that you've been waiting with all your cash, is it finally time to buy the dip? Yes. Yes. Ding, ding, ding. It is time. Yeah. It's time to buy, folks. It makes perfect sense. So what am I personally buying? Well, Google looks good. I'm compiling my watch list. Don't get me wrong. I don't think the market's going to rally within the next few days. I think we have some time to just slowly get our watch list together and figure out where we're going to go here. Now, you guys know me. I love my Disney. So Disney is probably going to be on the buy list for me, okay? Because, I love my Disney. Amazon, I'm not quite ready to buy yet. Google is looking really good, okay? I'm not even going to lie to you. Now, I know just a few days ago I said I'm not ready to buy Google yet. I'm changing my mind. Okay. Under $100 just looks too good to pass up. So yeah, Google's on my list for me. Google looks good. I like Google under $100. So we got Google, we got Disney. Starbucks just isn't quite where I want it yet. So we're not quite there yet. Another company that I have on my watch list is actually Walgreens, and they pay a good dividend. But yeah, Walgreens on the watch list too. That's another stock that I do want to pull the trigger on as well. By the way, I will let you guys know what I buy when I update the market crash portfolio. So I'll let you know. Don't worry, I'll let you guys know. I'm kind of giving you some of the stocks that I'm kind of thinking of in my head of what I want to buy tomorrow, even though I could actually buy now because you could just put an after hours order in, but probably won't do it because I still think we have more downside to go. But I just want to make this extremely clear. This, folks, is the time to buy. It makes perfect sense. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still bearish. I still think that the S&P is going much lower. I still think that the S&P 500 is going to go under 3,500. Yes, I said it. I have no shame about it. I could very well be wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm the know-it-all of the market. I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, one thing we can't deny is that the strategy that I have been implementing during this bear market has worked. And a lot of people cannot understand why it has worked. And so I'm going to explain it. And I've said this plenty of times. Yes, this is my first bear market, as it is many of you all's first bear market. But guess what? I went back and I looked at the other bear markets in history and I did my research. And when I looked at those bear markets and on average how far they fell, I'm like, okay, so you're telling me that this bear market, the farthest we're going to fall is 18% on the S&P? Get out of here. So you can even argue that the environment we're in right now is worse than some of the past bear markets we've been in. So thinking that the S&P is only going to fall 18% and not go any lower, you got to be smoking something, man. You got to be. So that's just kind of where I'm at with it. But now that the S&P is essentially basically 20% down from highs, it makes perfect sense to start buying here. Now, here's all I've been trying to say on this channel, okay? A lot of people have been like, oh, you're timing the market. Oh, my God. The squirrel.
You can't time the market. Your channel's falling on. Nobody wants to kill anymore. You can't stocks. You can time the market. You don't know what you're talking about. And all you do is S&P and NASDAQ. You don't even know what you're talking about.
All that squirrel crap. Yeah, okay, squirrel man. While you were complaining when the S&P was at 4,300, I was waiting. But now that we're finally here, because I don't want to talk about that. Now that we're finally here, that's where I'm at. By the way, guys, I think a very strong, smart thing to do would be to buy the S&P. It's the index that almost nobody beats. The S&P 500 is my largest holding. Warren Buffett even said that when he finally passes, he trusts the S&P 500 over his own freaking Berkshire Hathaway. He said it. He literally said it. He said something about when he passes, put his money in the S&P because it's very hard to outperform the S&P. And it is. The S&P 500 mostly outperforms everybody. It does its thing. So that's where I'm at with it. So I will for sure, absolutely, positively 100% be buying the S&P. And also, guys, let me make sure I say this too. Make sure, not financial advice, of course, make sure you have cash though. Do not deploy all your capital. If you don't have much capital to begin with, you should not be investing. I know a lot of people don't like that, but that's my personal finance quote right there. And it actually worked for me. When I was broke, I was investing, but I wasn't very aggressive. I was putting very little money into investing because you do want to put money into your retirement accounts and stuff. But I didn't get more aggressive until I started to start making more money, like a better income. So if you're one of those people who you only got $100 a month to invest, I would say your best bet is to probably put that $100 into like your emergency fund, try and build up that emergency fund and figure out a way to increase your income. No, you're not going to be able to build wealth in the stock market working at McDonald's. I know people don't like it when you say that, but that's just a real personal finance thing. I'm just really trying to help there and take it from the guy who at one point was making McDonald's money. Like when I was working in politics, when I first started working in there, I was making like $25,000 a year. Like I wasn't making crap. Like my paychecks bi-weekly were under $1,000. Like I was a broke boy, okay? But the bottom line is, guys, the time is to buy. This is the time to buy. I'm not even going to lie to you. I will be making another video tomorrow where I'll be talking about exactly like what I'm doing, what I'm buying, blah, blah, blah. But for right now, I'll just kind of wait and see what happens tomorrow. I mean, I'm in no hurry or no rush or anything like that. I still think the market's going lower. But again, this is a great point to DCA. In a recession, in a bear market, those are the great times to dollar cost average, but you don't want to do it at the top of the bear market rally. You want to do it when it makes sense. In my opinion, you don't got to agree, but that's just my opinion. So that's just kind of where we're at with it. So anyway, there you guys have it. That'll go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.